I want to share with you the wisdom of Seth. Seth once told me a statement that I thought was so inspiring, so true, and so insightful that I've remembered it all throughout my life. And it's become one of those guiding ideas that I've used for my lifetime. Now, who's Seth? Seth is not a great intellectual thinker. He's not a college professor. He's an ordinary guy, just like you, and just like me. Seth is an auto mechanic. And I don't know Seth. I just crossed paths with him decades ago. He runs a small auto repair shop, hires a few guys, and Seth's repair shop works on German cars, primarily Mercedes-Benzes, some BMWs. I encountered Seth when my dad had a problem with his car back when I was a kid. And the problem with my dad's car was that it had a fuel system contamination, and it was pretty bad. And so we brought the car to Seth's repair shop, and Seth's shop was unlike any automotive repair shop I've been in ever since. It was immaculate. The expression, "it was so clean you could eat off the floor," applies in this situation. There was no disorder or chaos in his shop. It was all extremely well organized and clean, well lit. The technicians that worked for Seth didn't look like automobile technicians. They looked like surgeons. They wore white smocks. And I don't know how they did it. Whenever I work on a car, I come away full of dirt and grease and oil, but these guys were immaculately clean. And they were artists. They did an amazing job of fixing cars, and after they were done servicing a vehicle, I think that at least the areas that they serviced probably exceeded manufacturer's spec. They were the type who, whenever they put a fastener in, I think they used a torque wrench and torqued it to the exact specifications. They were extraordinarily meticulous. And Seth's shop accordingly charged a very high labor rate. At any rate, my dad brings this car into Seth, and Seth puts it up on the lift and takes a look around and does a couple checks here and there and comes back and says, "The fuel system of the car is contaminated with some pretty nasty stuff. We got to replace it." Basically, we have to replace the entire fuel system, which is the tank, the fuel pump, all the fuel lines, some parts of the injector system, a lot of stuff. My dad was going, "Oh, that sounds like a hell of a job. Bet you're not looking forward to that." And Seth, just rather matter-of-factly, says, "Well, it's like any other repair job. It's just identify the issue and replace or repair the parts that are defective to restore proper operation. It's just a process." My dad says, "Yeah, well, wow, but you know, there's some things that you probably just can't even fix." Then Seth came back with a statement that I've remembered ever since because I thought it was so inspiring. Seth said, No, that's not true at all. You see, this vehicle was designed by and assembled by people. And anything that people build, people create, other people can fix. There is absolutely nothing that we cannot fix. We can fix anything that goes wrong with the vehicle. Now, we can have a discussion as to whether or not that's a cost-effective thing to do, but there's no discussion about whether or not we can do it. We can fix anything. I've always remembered that. And I think in the times that we're in, it's a good thing to remember. When I look at all of the problems that we're experiencing in our world, and it seems to be pretty significant, I look around at these problems and I say, are the things that we're suffering with the cause of volcanoes, asteroids hitting the Earth, tsunamis? Not so much. I mean, those things, they happen, but that's not what's really causing us a lot of problems in our world right now. Problems that we're experiencing are things like an economic system that is designed to fail, decisions made by people that are creating problems in our community, social dysfunction, decisions made by people that have moved investment away from our infrastructure to things that are destructive, such as wars, rather than investing in things that build our communities, we're investing in things that destroy communities. We're in a situation where people are working harder than ever and receiving less value than ever for their labor. All of these things are the result of decisions that people have made and the result of our collective consciousness to accept it. And because these problems that we're experiencing are created by people, people can fix all of these problems if we want to. So I think of the wisdom of Seth, and I look at the world that we're in today, and it gives me some hope that if we want to change this situation, if we want to make our life here on earth heavenly rather than chaotic, it's totally within our power. It's up to you and me and all of us collectively to forge the path towards the destination of our desires. So it's not hopeless. In fact, it's inspiring and very hopeful. And the further that we get from our goals, hopefully, the more impetus we have to turn things around. And I have every confidence that we have the ability to do so. So that's the wisdom of Seth, which is anything that humans have created that isn't working right, humans have the power, the ability to fix it.